Vince McMahon has a ton of stupidly expensive items. Imagine owning a yacht so flashy, you name it sexy bitch. Yeah, that's right. Just another day in the life of Vince McMahon. This wrestling mogul turned billionaire has a knack for collecting things that are as outrageous as his on-screen persona. But the yacht is just the beginning. From a $40 million mansion that could house a small army to a private jet that's basically a flying luxury hotel, McMahon's possessions are in a league of their own. Strap in as we take you on a tour of the most stupidly expensive things Vince McMahon owns. Warning, extreme jealousy may occur. But before we get started, please take a moment to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and if you have any thoughts, leave them in the comments down below. We'd love to check them out. Picture this, a young Vince McMahon struggling to make ends meet, living in a trailer park with an outhouse. It's a far cry from the lavish lifestyle he enjoys today. But how did he go from rags to riches? Let's rewind the clock and explore McMahon's humble beginnings. Born in 1945 in Pinehurst, North Carolina, McMahon faced adversity from the start. Raised by a single mother after his father abandoned them, he battled dyslexia and learning difficulties throughout his childhood. But McMahon wasn't one to back down from a challenge. Despite these obstacles, he graduated from Fishburne Military School in 1964 and went on to earn a business degree from East Carolina University in 1968. McMahon's early career in the wrestling industry wasn't exactly smooth sailing. He worked tirelessly, learning the ropes and slowly climbing the ranks. But it was in 1984 when he took a massive gamble that would change everything. Following his father's death, McMahon gained control of the WWE, then WWF, and made a decision that could have easily led to bankruptcy, expanding the company nationally. Imagine the tensions as McMahon waited to see if his risky move would pay off. The wrestling world held its breath, wondering if this ambitious upstart had bitten off more than he could chew. It was a nerve-wracking time, with McMahon's entire future hanging in the balance. But this is where McMahon's true genius shone through. He understood that sometimes, to achieve greatness, you have to be willing to risk it all. The psychology behind such high-stakes decision-making is fascinating. Successful entrepreneurs often share a common trait: the ability to take calculated risks. They're not just reckless gamblers, but visionaries who can see potential where others see only danger. McMahon's willingness to bet big on himself and his vision for WWE would prove to be the turning point in his career. As the dust settled and McMahon's gamble began to pay off, he set his sights on his first major luxury purchase. It was time to leave the trailer park behind for good. McMahon acquired a stunning $10 million mansion, complete with extensive gardens and a large pool. This wasn't just a home. It was a symbol of his meteoric rise from humble beginnings to wrestling mogul. But don't think for a second that McMahon was content to rest on his laurels. This mansion, as impressive as it was just the beginning of his journey into the world of luxury. McMahon had gotten a taste of the good life, and he was hungry for more. McMahon's $1 million car collection. When you've got more money than you can count, what's the next logical step? For Vince McMahon, it's building a car collection that would make even the most seasoned automotive enthusiasts green with envy. But we're not talking about your average Sunday driver's garage here. Oh no, McMahon's fleet is a high-octane testament to his success, where each vehicle is a gleaming metal monument to his wrestling empire. Imagine a personal museum of automotive excellence where every exhibit is not just for show, but built for speed. That's McMahon's garage for you. But here's the kicker. The value of his car collection could easily eclipse what most people earn in a lifetime. It's not just transportation. It's a four-wheeled fortune on wheels. Let's take a peek under the hood of this impressive collection. McMahon's taste spans from classic American muscle to the pinnacle of European engineering. Picture a pristine 1958 Corvette Stingray nestled next to a state-of-the-art Bentley Continental GT Supersports. It's like a time machine of automotive innovation, with McMahon at the controls. But wait, there's more horsepower where that came from. How about a Rolls-Royce Phantom? At a cool $450,000, this isn't just a car, it's a mobile mansion. And for those days when McMahon needs to mix business with pleasure, there's his Lincoln Town Car Limousine. Valued at $30,000, it's practically a bargain compared to the rest of his collection. But don't let that fool you. This mobile office keeps McMahon in the driver's seat of his empire, even on the move. For the days when McMahon feels the need for speed, he can hop into his Mercedes-Benz SL600. With its V12 engine and $150,000 price tag, it's clear that McMahon's need for adrenaline doesn't stop when he leaves the wrestling ring. Now, you might be thinking, sure, these cars are impressive, but are they really worth it? Well, according to experts, luxury car collections like McMahon's can actually be solid investments. These high-performance beauties often appreciate in value over time, especially the rare and the limited edition models. It's not just about the thrill of the drive, it's about watching your investment grow faster than a WWE storyline. But hold on to your seatbelts, because we're about to reveal the crown jewel of McMahon's automotive empire. It's a car so extraordinary, it makes everything else in his collection look like toy cars in comparison. Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ Roadster. This beast boasts a monstrous 6.5-liter V12 engine and can hit speeds of up to 270 miles per hour. And the price tag? A jaw-dropping $600,000. That's right, this single car costs more than most people's houses. McMahon's tailor-made fortune. From high-speed machines to high-fashion threads, Vince McMahon's extravagance knows no bounds. But what if I told you his wardrobe could rival the value of his prized Lamborghini? Prepare to have your perception of dressing for success completely redefined. When you see Vince McMahon strut into a WWE event, you might be too distracted by the spectacle to notice his impeccable attire. But make no mistake, the wrestling mogul suits are works of art in their own right. Each piece is a masterclass in tailoring designed to make McMahon look like the billion-dollar CEO he is, whether he's in the boardroom or at ringside. But what goes into creating these sartorial masterpieces? It's not just a matter of picking something off the rack. For McMahon, it's a meticulous process that begins with selecting the finest fabrics money can buy. Then comes a series of fittings where every measurement is scrutinized to ensure the perfect drape and silhouette. It's like crafting a perfectly choreographed match, but instead of wrestlers, we're talking about lapels, cuffs, and pocket squares. Now, you might be wondering why McMahon puts so much effort into his suits. Well, in the world of high-stakes business and entertainment, appearance isn't just about vanity. It's a powerful tool. Studies have shown that clothing choices can significantly impact business success and public perception. McMahon, ever the savvy businessman, understands this all too well. His suits aren't just clothes, they're a statement of his success, a visual representation of his authority in the industry. This commitment to sartorial excellence isn't just a personal quirk either. McMahon's vision of what constitutes proper business attire is so strong that WWE establishes a dress code for its wrestlers backstage. It's as if he's saying, if you want to be a champion in this business, you need to look the part. But here's where things get truly mind-boggling. Are you ready for the price tag on one of McMahon's custom-made suits? Brace yourself, because it's more than some people make in a year. Various wrestlers have revealed that McMahon shells out over $50,000 per suit. That's right, you can buy a luxury car or put down a down payment on a house for the price of one of Vince's outfits. McMahon's Culinary indulgences. Imagine a world where every meal is a gastronomic masterpiece, where golden flakes adorn your steak, and where dining is an experience fit for royalty. Welcome to the culinary universe of Vince McMahon, where indulgence knows no bounds and luxury is always on the menu. While WWE superstars grapple with grueling schedules and the constant challenges of finding nutritious meals on the road, McMahon has crafted a dining routine that would make even the most discerning food critic weak at the knees. Picture this, a personal chef at your beck and call, ready to whip up culinary delights that most of us can only dream of tasting. But here's where things get really interesting. There's an unwritten rule in the WWE locker room that's as sacred as any championship title. Never, ever pitch ideas to Vince when he's eating. As revealed by wrestling legend Chris Jericho, McMahon's dining experience is treated with the utmost reverence. It's a time when the WWE mogul retreats into his own world of flavors and textures, leaving the business of body slams and dramatic storylines at the door. Now, let's talk about what's actually on Vince's plate. While his wrestlers might be counting calories and measuring protein intake, McMahon's menu reads like a who's who of rare and exotic ingredients. We're talking truffles flown in from Italy, caviar that costs more than your monthly rent, and seafood so fresh it was probably swimming just hours before landing on his fork. But nutritionists are raising their eyebrows at this diet of opulence. While it may be a feast for the senses, they warn that such extreme luxury could lead to some not-so-luxurious health issues if not balanced with proper nutrition. It's a stark reminder that even billionaires aren't immune to the laws of dietary science. As we climb the ladder of McMahon's culinary extravagance, you might be wondering what could possibly be at the top. What dish could be so outrageously lavish that it makes everything else pale in comparison? Prepare to have your mind blown because Vince McMahon's personal chef regularly prepares $1,000 gold-leafed steaks. Yes, you heard that right. $1,000 for a single steak, adorned with edible gold leaf that probably costs more than most people's entire grocery budget. McMahon's billion-dollar deal. Just when you thought Vince McMahon had reached the pinnacle of wealth and success, he pulled off a move that sent shockwaves through the wrestling world. Picture this, a deal so massive it makes his golden steaks look like pocket change. We're talking about a transaction that would make even the most seasoned Wall Street tycoons do a double take. April 2023, the wrestling world held its breath as rumors swirled about the potential sale of WWE. Fans and industry insiders alike speculated about the future of the company that McMahon had built from the ground up. Who would be bold enough to take on this entertainment juggernaut? And more importantly, how much would it cost? Enter Endeavor, the entertainment powerhouse behind UFC. They saw the potential in combining two of the biggest names in combat sports and entertainment. But this wasn't just any ordinary business deal. This was Vince McMahon's crowning achievement, the culmination of decades of blood, sweat, and theatrics. The negotiations were intense, with McMahon playing his cards close to his chest. He wasn't just selling a company, he was securing his legacy. Every move was calculated, every decision was weighed against the potential impact on WWE's future. It was like watching a high-stakes poker game with billions of dollars on the table. As the dust settled, the numbers were finally revealed, and they were staggering. Endeavor acquired WWE for a jaw-dropping $9.3 billion, creating a new entertainment behemoth called TKO. But here's where it gets really interesting. McMahon, being the savvy businessman he is, managed to structure the deal in a way that would make his accountant weep tears of joy. Remember those shares McMahon had been holding on to? Well, they turned out to be his golden ticket. As the largest individual stakeholder, owning about 38% of WWE's stock, McMahon's stake in the newly formed TKO was valued at a mind-boggling $2.32 billion. That's right, folks. In one fell swoop, Vince McMahon had turned his wrestling empire into a multi-billion-dollar windfall. But this deal isn't just about the money. It's a game-changer for the entire wrestling industry. Experts are predicting that the merger with UFC could open up new revenue streams and bring wrestling to an even broader audience. It's like McMahon found a way to hit his opponents with a steel chair and make it rain cash at the same time. Vince McMahon's journey from modest beginnings to billionaire status is a testament to the power of ambition and strategic risk-taking. His ability to innovate within the wrestling industry and make savvy investments has propelled him to extraordinary wealth. But McMahon's story isn't just about accumulating money. It's about transforming an entire industry and leaving an indelible mark on popular culture. As we've seen, McMahon's penchant for luxury reflects his success, but it also speaks to his larger-than-life persona. Each extravagant purchase, from his fleet of luxury cars to his custom-tailored suits, is a symbol of his relentless drive to success. These aren't just expensive toys. They're trophies of a man who refused to accept the limitations of his humble beginnings. For those aspiring to business success or dreaming of a luxury lifestyle, McMahon's story offers valuable lessons. It shows that with vision, determination, and a willingness to take calculated risks, even the most ambitious dreams can become reality. As McMahon continues to make waves in the business world, one thing's for certain: his next move will be anything but ordinary. So keep your eyes peeled. The next chapter in the Vince McMahon saga is sure to be as fascinating as the last. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like this one, please like and subscribe.